Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, of course, I'm going to do another autumnal look just because I really love doing those at the moment. I'm going to go for the kind of yellowy brown tones for today, I think. I have got a few like greens, purples, greys lined up for other videos, but I kind of wanted to play with this palette today, the Urban Bible palette. It's been a very long time. Ooh, dropping stuff since I've played with this, so yeah, I'm thinking like these kind of browns and this poppy yellow, maybe incorporate a little bit orange or red into it. I'm not sure yet, but I actually wanted to try, and it's going to be very much eye focused, and I wanted to try moving forward editing less of my videos, so kind of showing in real time how long makeup looks take, and just kind of experiment with that. Obviously I might have to do a bit of stop starting if I get interruptions and stuff, but in terms of when I'm actually doing the makeup, trying not to cut any of it out, so you can, yeah, like I said, see in real time how long it takes me to blend and things like that. So and let me know if that sounds like something that you would be intrigued to see, or that kind of style of video. I'm going to try it in this one. Like I said, I'm just doing the eyes for today, and I will show both eyes. If maybe I'm doing a full face, it may be more practical just to show the one eye in full, just because it could be a very lengthy video. But yeah, let me know, and I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to zoom you in, and we're going to get started on this look.
Okay, so starting off with the Lolo eye primer as always to prep and prime the eyes, and I'm using my iconic London kind of concealer type brush to apply this. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I want to start doing this thing where I don't really edit out any of the makeup application. I usually do it just to make things not too long, but I thought it'd be interesting to see the kind of process of me applying, how long it actually takes me to blend products out, how easy it is to blend certain textures of products out and stuff like that. So I really hope you enjoy, and apologies because this first one is going to be a voiceover purely because there's a bit of background noise, and I wouldn't be able to fully do this otherwise, but I have got a few others lined up where I do a full-on talk through as I'm doing it non-edited style. So yeah, I'm using the Urban Bible palette today. First of all, I went in the shade Sabia on just a fluffy blending brush, and I focused this mainly on the outer portion of the crease first, using circular motions and back and forth motions, and then I kind of brought it through to the inner portion of the crease as well. But the majority of the product kind of focused right on the outer portion of the lid. I purposely wanted to use this palette because it doesn't get much use, but also I'm decided that I want to pick a few palettes to really focus on and actually just hit pan on a lot of the shades so I can declutter, because there's a few palettes that, although they're pretty, I just don't get a lot of use out of, and I've got a few other palettes that I enjoy more. So this is one of them. I will talk about it more in an upcoming video, of kind of the other palettes I want to get more use out of and declutter eventually. But yeah, I thought I'd use this palette for today. So I'm still going in with that same shade, Sabia, just to kind of build up the shade and the intensity of this, but still focusing mainly on the outer portion of the crease. Okay, then I'm taking what is left of the shade Veil, which is the white shade, same fluffy brush, and I'm just using this just to help further blend out that shade Saviour. So just going back and forth along the upper section, and you can see it just blends the shade out much nicer. You can also do this with just like a setting powder, which I think I have shown before, and that does work really nicely as well. Okay, then I'm taking this slightly more of a denser brush. I think this is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. Taking this that same shade again, Sabia, and I'm just running this along the lower lash line. Okay, next up I did want a little bit of orange. I went in with the shade Majesty. Same brush again, and I'm just packing this onto the outer portion of the lid, and a little bit into the crease. To be fair, the shade does kind of disappear when I carry on with the rest of the shadows, because I didn't actually want it to be this orange, but I wanted a little pop. But I did add this in, yeah, so I'm using just stamping motions just to get the colour down, the pigment down, before I go ahead and blend it out in a minute. And I use whatever excess is left just to run along the outer portion of the lower lash line as well. So I'm using that same fluffy brush I used for the first shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the lower lash line. And then I'm taking a bit more of Sabia to help blend out the orange shade, mainly kind of the crease areas where I'm focusing the blending work of this shadow. I think I will add a pop of music over the top of this video just to make the kind of silences less silent and awkward, because obviously, like I said, I want to keep this as unedited as possible to show you the real time of me applying. So maybe times where I don't need to say anything, so I will add a bit of music just to make it a little bit less awkward. Okay, going in with Prophecy next. So building up the shadows and the depth. So this is a Sigma brush. It's one of the classic blending brushes. I don't know what the name is off by heart, and this one's completely rubbed off anyway. And I'm patting over the top of that Majesty shade, just making it a bit deeper. So you can still see a little bit of the warmth of the orange, but it's not as intense orange anymore, which is kind of what I was after. So just, yes, stamping motions, stippling motions again, just to lay down the pigment. I like this on the outer portion, just kind of stamp the product on, and then blend out afterwards. And I switched to a pencil brush just to apply it to the lower lash line, again, more so focusing on the outer portion. And then taking that fluffy brush we used right at the beginning just to blend and soften into the rest of the shadows. Okay, next I'm going with Oath, and I'm taking it on a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm focusing this kind of on the more towards the lash line of the outer portion of the lid, not bring it too far up. Again, I'm just more stamping on to begin with, but a bit more lighter hand to get a bit less pigment down, and then taking the base shadow brush which I use for Prophecy and Majesty, and just blending that out ever so slightly. So it just creates a bit of nice depth and dimension around the lash line there. And of course, taking a little bit onto the lower lash line with the pencil brush. So I'm trying to kind of mimic everything I'm doing on the lid to the lower lash line as well. Then I'm just taking the brush I used for the primer and just kind of neatening up a little bit under the lash line, and I'm a bit concerned that I didn't notice the fallout on my cheeks, so I don't know if I actually ever tidy that up at the end, because I don't remember there being fallout, but we shall have to see. Okay, I'm taking a bit more eye primer, this time on just a flat brush, and I'm just popping this on the inner portion of the lid just to kind of re-intensify the base of it, because I'm going to go in now with the yellow shade. I really want it to pop as much as possible, so sometimes just reapplying a little bit of eye primer helps the process really well. So yeah, I'm going in with the shade Faith, this gorgeous yellow shade. I'm using the same brush again that I used for the eye primer just then, and I'm just patting this, stamping this onto where I applied the primer. And it's a really pretty yellow. I think in the cutaway when I showed the shade, it looked a bit brighter in the pan than it is, but it's definitely a bit more of a not quite a mustard yellow, but it's a bit deeper than a bright yellow, and I think it works really well with the browns and just creates a really gorgeous like autumnal colour palette. I'm popping a little bit onto the lower lash line as well, not as much, but really kind of more focusing it on the lid portion. Yeah, and I thought I had a mark on my lid, but it didn't seem to come off, so I don't know whether it was a freckle. I don't think it was, but whatever it wasn't coming off, so we'll just have to ignore that. And then I'm just going back over and just doing a bit of a final blend, make sure I'm happy with how everything is looking. And then go mascara, so the Ilia Limitless in Before Dawn, so the gorgeous kind of rich brown, because that will definitely really suit this look. So I'm just applying to the upper and lower lashes, and the mascara's got to the stage where it's kind of that good consistency, or it's not too wet, so it really applies nicely to the lashes, and I find I don't have to do too many coats of this at all, and you'll see in a minute after one layer it gives good intensity to the lashes. So it's at a real good stage that I like with mascaras at the moment, which I'm really happy with, and I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this mascara in this shade again. I've tried the black and I really enjoyed it, but this particular brown I've really been enjoying over the summer and mainly the autumn really. Really beautiful. I'd highly recommend mascara. So yeah, that's what I'd done. And then onto the other one. So I thought I'd actually leave the mascara process as well, just so you can see kind of how long it takes me to build up mascara. Like I said, with this one in particular, because it's got to that good stage and it is a great mascara anyway, I don't need to go in with several layers to kind of build it up on my lashes. It does a good job pretty instantly. So yeah, so that is the eye portion done. I mean, that took me about 10 minutes, I'd say, to that whole eye look. So it doesn't take me too long, to be fair, and you can see kind of how easy the shadows are to blend out, not blend out. I know there's a future video where I do make a bit of mistakes. I'll show you how I fix it in real time as well. So I just really hope you kind of enjoy this way of editing. Obviously, if you prefer the slightly shorter ones, I can do a mix, but I just thought it'd be quite a fun idea to do something similar to this. Yeah, I really like how the eyes turned out actually with this one. Yeah, that is the eye portion done, I believe. And I don't think I do clear out that fallout, which is kind of annoying me now. So moving on to the lips. What did I use for lips? Oh, I think I used the Inica. No, I didn't. I used the W7 lip liner in the shade Nude. I use it to line and also fill in my lips. And then Benecos's liquid matte lipstick in Romance Rosewood. This is one of the very few matte liquid lipsticks I actually don't mind the formula of. I used to, way back, to be fair, when they used to be very popular, enjoy a matte liquid lipstick. I remember using the sleek ones and they're extremely drying, but I didn't care because I enjoyed them. Now, I don't think I could think of anything worse. I prefer a glossy lip, but these are actually comfortable matte liquid lipsticks, so I do like these ones. That's the look complete. So I really hope you enjoy this video. I hope you like how the eyes turned out, and let me know about the style of this video as well with the non-editing. In future ones I won't ramble as much to try and fill the silence. I will just kind of share what I'm doing and let you just watch in real time. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave any requests for future videos down below, any comments, any questions, anything like that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.